What's up, y'all? It's your girl Maury, aka Queen MC, and I am back again with another video. But before I get started, you already know I'm starting this video off with a quote like I've been doing every video for the whole month of February because we are honoring our late and greats, okay? And this quote is from the beautiful Nina Simone. It's an artist's duty to reflect the times in which we live in. Thank you to the beautiful Miss Nina Simone. May you rest in power, Queen, and thank you for all your beautiful talent and work that you did to uplift our beautiful melanated Black people. So, Ashayo, let's get into it. So, the topic for today is going to be about a film. And it's going to be about a message and some lessons that y'all should have took from this film. And that film is the movie Scarface. Okay? So, before I get into it, I want to tell y'all your girl love her a nice classic, okay? And when I mean the classics, I mean the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, okay? The mob movies, The Godfather, but look, Goodfellas, Casino, Scarface. Look, that's my stuff. Them are Jones. No, but look. To be for real, this film, I'm going to break down some messages that I got from the movie Scarface and that we should have all took with us. Because, you know, if you notice, Tony Montana is a staple figure. Everybody admired Tony Montana when he hit the scene in 1983. Brian De Palma knew what he was doing when he made that movie because Tony Montana became every poster board, every room picture. Some people profile pics, okay, people dressing up as Tony Montana. Tony Montana was that dude. But you already know your girl had to rip. Okay, let me show you my shirt. The world is yours, okay? So, oh, I'm sorry, Pooh. So, yeah, I'm going to get into it. So, we're going to go ahead and dive into 9 things you should have took away from the movie Scarface. So, let's do this. Okay, so for starters, this is mommy duties, y'all. Look, I'm coming to y'all real. Mommy duties, but okay. The first one I'm going to start with is don't make promises you cannot keep. So if you notice in the film, Tony told Sosa, I have 2 things, my word and my balls, and I don't trade them for no one. I hope I said that right.
Balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. You understand?
I'm saying, you may come into this world with nothing, but you can measure somebody by their word. If they can keep their word and their word is bond, they've become an asset or a reliable source. Some people make promises that they cannot keep. That makes you a liability. That makes you somebody that you can't be trusted because you just talking when your actions don't match what you're saying. You don't step pretty much. So one thing about you, may your word be your bond. One thing you can say about me, Tony was, okay, speaking, is I don't go against my word. You ain't got to question my trust because if I don't got nothing, my word is bond, okay? So that's something that you can take from that. Don't make promises you can't keep. Simple. Your word is your bond. If you don't have your word, you don't have nothing. And that's that, okay? So stand on it. Number 2, I learned from the movie, with enough motivation, you can change your whole situation, okay? If you notice, Tony came from dishwasher to drug kingpin. Now look, okay, of course everybody like, okay, drug kingpin, you gonna one day fall, like you can't be forever a drug lord, but this is just the message that you grab. You can work your way up the ladder to the top in a matter of a quickness with enough motivation, okay? Whatever it is that you motivated to, it be positive sometimes, it be negative, let's just be real. But if you got enough motivation, you can get yourself out of a situation that you don't want to be in no more. Or if you want a greater circumstance, you can get it out of it. So with enough motivation, you can change your whole entire situation. And if you watch that movie, Tony did just that. Coming from being an immigrant, getting that passport, coming to America, being a dishwasher, boom, drug kingpin, big connects, selling cartel, like getting cartel, selling. distributing, big cities, all that. So look, don't doubt the power of your motivation. How motivated are you to get to where you want to be? That's what you learn from that. That's what I learned. That's the message that I grabbed from that. Okay? Then you got 3. Don't get high on your own supply. Easy said that too. If you distributing, you don't need to be getting high off your own supply, because now you're beginning to make irrational decisions. You're beginning to be impulsive. You're not thinking out the consequences of your actions. You are making moves that you're not being told to make. You're not making smart choices. You're not making smart enemies, okay? Smart enemies. That's just being real. Like, smart enemies is you know your enemies. But the problem is, when you ain't making smart ones, is you're making enemies with people that you don't need to be making enemies with, because you're not ready for that caliber. You're not ready for that level or that extent of which requires of the repercussions and consequences, okay? So don't get high on your own supply. You need to be able to focus, especially if you a drug kingpin. If you out here slanging, you don't need to be getting high off your own stuff, okay? You're going to be paranoid, having anxiety. You notice that in the film, Tony got hit from every corner. Already paranoid, but he got hit from every corner. Came unexpected in a way after that hit was made by Sosa. Okay? So look, don't get high on your own supply. And I know some people like, I don't do drugs. But for all the, this is just in general, I'm just being real. You see the consequences in the message that it sends. Be smart, okay? If you're going to be doing stuff, especially illegal business, just be real. You need to have your head in the game, okay? Have a plan, okay? Don't let it be the all be all. So that's what you get from that. Number 4. Don't gain the whole world for the price of your soul. So if you notice, Tony gained what he thought was the world. The drugs, the money, the moves to be made, the guns, the protection, the big estates, the power. But what about your soul? At what price do you sell your soul for materialistic things that you can't take with you when you die? You know what I'm saying? Your soul was always gonna be there inside with you. But if you detach and let this materialistic outside world with all these tangible things that can be destroyed, can be taken away tomorrow, or even in an hour, or however, what you have left, you gonna sell your soul for some billions or millions? Because that's what the message was showing you. At what price do you set for the external world with promises that are not to be kept, or stuff that's not determined to be set in stone, versus your soul that's gonna always be there, and the soul that you have to bear by the decisions that you make in your lifetime? So don't gain the whole world at the price of your soul. That was number 4. Number 5, stay true to who you are. If you notice in the film, Tony Montana stayed true to who he was at the core. He spoke his mind. He did not care who you were. Shoot, he talked to cops, detectives, Frank, Sosa, Manny. Like, he talked to everybody real straightforward, raw, and blunt. He didn't change who he was. He didn't alter nothing to make it sound sweet either. He just told the real, okay? And when you think about it, Tony Montana was called for a hit by Sosa to kill that journalist's wife and her child, and then the bomber was going to kill the journalist too. Tony's morality in that scene, that was a message. His morality, he knew that he did not believe in that, and that was not right for him to kill that woman and her child. So he ended up offing the bomber, the hit person, okay? The shooter. He ended up offing him but Tony knew the repercussions. He knew. But at the same time, if you don't stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. You got to stay true to who you are. And in his core, he knew that that was not right, and he did not believe in doing that. Just killing an innocent child and her mother. I think it was a boy or a little girl. I'm not sure, but period. So out of all the things that Tony's done, because you got to understand that Tony was originally a hitman himself. That's why killing wasn't a problem for him. It didn't make him feel a certain way because Tony was a hitman. He get the call, he made the hit. You notice it at the beginning of the movie. He did it to get his passport to come to America. So that wasn't a problem for him. But one of his more, like, keep your morality, keep your integrity. Don't do anything for clout, for fame, for a dollar to climb up. Don't do stuff to get to the top. If you got to step on people's backs, that's another message that you got to do. If it's not right, then most likely it's not right for you to be doing, and it will not get you far in success or whatever that you're reaching for. That's another thing that it showed you. Don't put your integrity, your morals, and compromise that for just whatever it is that you're shooting for, because you're not staying true to who you are. And if you're not staying true to who you are, you will fold or you will flip for any situation and anybody. So that was a message that scene was teaching you, or a message that I grabbed. So yeah, take that one with you. That was 5. 6, if having more means going against doing what is right, then you need to reevaluate on why you think you don't have enough. That's something you need to grab from that movie too. Because Tony got a lot by, his climb to the top. He gained a whole bunch of stuff, mostly materialistic, nothing that was really of essence. But he kept gaining a lot, but he kept wanting more. That's the thing. More. When you're never satisfied, that means you lack something inside. You keep on wanting more, so you go off and do things, or you indulge in certain things to gain access to that more that you're yearning for. But you need to reevaluate why you don't think that you are enough with already having the more, all that you can have. It's people out here that have tons and tons of stuff, yet they're still searching. I need more. I'll need more, and still act in ways in which to obtain those things. And you just now it's time to reevaluate what's making you think that you're not enough. Okay, what's making you think that these things are making you enough outside of just you? Okay, so that's another message. Okay, having more means if it means going against what is right, then you need to reevaluate why you think that you're not enough. Number 7, don't go out like Tony. And I know, look, that was a boomer, because I know some people just admire Tony Montana. And look, don't get me wrong, I got a shirt, but I love repping the classics, but it's the message behind it, okay? When you see the character, let the message remind you. Don't just get caught up in them. When Scarface came out, everybody want to be Tony Montana. You can't be Tony Montana if you break down the science. Tony had a boss. Sosa was his boss, okay? Tony didn't make the calls. The calls were made on Tony. Tony was hit from every corner. It ended in his demise, okay? But of course, we all love a raw person that tell it like it is. Don't give a fuck about that, like how it comes out. Just clear and right in your face, and just that, okay? We honestly, as human beings, we like materialistic things. We like the bigger, the finer things in life. We like the money, the guap, having the thought of having billions and billions of dollars. We like power, okay? As human beings, that's what it is. The human race love power. Look at the world. They love having some type of control of something. The ability to be able to say this, say that, do this, do that is the form of power and unapologetic gestures that really got people going. When you saw Scarface, at least it got me going, because everybody want that. In a way, you want to be the boss. You want to make the calls. You want to make the moves. You want to have all the nice stuff, okay? Did you see Tony Montana's house? Okay, look, that mug was nice. It was big too, but that's just like I'm saying. But Tony was in situations where he was not able to tie up the loose ends and the consequences of his actions. And that's one thing that us as humans, again, we forget. everything that you do in this life has a repercussion or a consequence or something, whether it's good or bad. If it's good, it comes back tenfold. If it's bad, it comes back tenfold. It's like karma. So it's kind of like, you know, you need to make sure when you're making your moves that you're thinking about the consequences of your actions. Tony really didn't think about that. He was very impulsive. And yeah, so it was a lot of stuff. Tony had a big heart. He did. But that survival, just like I say, survival is something different. Okay, when you're trying to survive, that's a different level when you're trying to go out and obtain things, because sometimes you do things that you don't care whether it's hurting someone else to get to where you're going. And that's just that. That's real. So don't go out like Tony. And another thing I want to add, because y'all already know I got to put my little astro in there. The movie came out December the 1st, 1983. So I'm just going to say that Tony Montana, when the character created and came on the mainstream, December 1st, everybody got introduced to Tony Montana. That was Sagittarius season. Fire season. In correlation to me, Tony Montana was definitely a fire sign. Okay? If you don't think that last scene, I don't know what gun that was, but that mug was going, shooting them rounds. Say hello to my little friend. I'm extra. But no, listen, that scene was a fire scene. I said, Tony's a fire sign. And then that quote, I mean that line that he said, I want the world, Chico, and everything in it. Jupiter is the ruling planet of the Sag. Abundance, okay, expansion, grand, but also overindulgence. When you rule by Jupiter, you have a tendency to overindulge in things, and sometimes you gotta know your limits. You everywhere, you're here, you're there. He had money going, had drugs going, had artillery going, connects going, all this going on around him. All this, it was a lot of chaos too, because at the same time, and he started overindulging in his own supply, and then the paranoia and all the anxiety started kicking in. He didn't have nobody. He was shooting everybody away from him. Nobody was close to him that he could trust, and that'll drive you crazy too when you have a bunch of people around you that you can't truly trust, and you in deep like that. Okay, so you start making decisions based off of what your mind is telling you, and sometimes your thoughts are not true. That's real. Sometimes your thoughts are not true, so you got to break down the psychology of that too. So you already know, especially when he was high and killed his best friend Manny. Don't get me wrong, and that's gonna be my next point. But he was high when he did that. So you making decisions, and them consequences be hitting you back. So, like I said, Tony is like everybody. We like Tony, the figure, the character Tony, for what he represented, because it was a part of us that drew to Tony, like that power, you know, that rawness. But at the same time, don't go out like Tony. Don't be out here trying to live a Tony Montana life, because Scarface is a movie, okay? Al Pacino is his real name. But I love me some Al Pacino. But like I said, don't go out like Tony. Oh, and disclaimer, look, all my Sagittarius, don't be watching this video and be like, oh my gosh, you're going in on. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, y'all know it's a high and low vibrational side. It's just being real, okay? That's just, it's not. And if you a Sagittarius, don't apply. If it don't apply, let it fly. But this is just a generalization, okay? So yeah. Number 8, know your friends, okay? Make sure when you are on your climb to the top, or if you're collaborating, or if you're doing something with your friends or your best friends or whoever, or close people to you, make sure there's an understanding. Make sure y'all all on the same page with the vision, and make sure everybody's intentions are fueled towards a goal, because this is the thing. Everybody has a motive. Every individual has a motive. But if you can come together with that motive and it's aiming for the same thing, then it'll succeed. But if you got people that you don't trust, that you don't really trust, but you want to string them along, you need to be very careful and really recognize how well they can separate business from personal. When you want to go into grand things and opportunities, okay? Look, you got to disassociate. You got to see, you got to make sure you know your friends, especially when you going places where you really have to really sit down and be honest with yourself and evaluate who's around you, because at the peak of that moment, they could turn into something you ain't know, or do something that you didn't expect, or just like, look, Manny got with Gina. Okay, Manny got with Gina behind Tony's back. Tony didn't know, but Tony knew. Or Tony already told him, you're my best friend, but that's my sister. She's off limits. Manny knew that. So if you know, and this is the thing, you know Tony. Tony was wild. Okay, he like, I don't give, at this point, look, if Tony without that, that white girl was already like on 100, what you think he is when he on 1,000 taking that white girl? So that white, y'all know what white girl mean. Okay, look, yeah, okay. But anyway, Manny knew that. So when it went down the way it went down, it's just like, okay, look, she was off limits. You knew that, and you went behind his back too. So that's another thing. Another thing testing your trust. You feel like you ain't got nobody around you that you can trust, because when he climbed to the top, it was with Manny. And Manny ended up getting offed. He ended up offing Manny. So, and I'm trying to think, did Gina die in the end? I don't know. Did Gina die? No, she did die. I'm telling you, Tony lost. If you like, just it goes back to getting the whole world losing your soul. You got a soul tie with your family. You losing everybody for these riches and all this stuff that you thought that you wanted to be at the top for all this power, but you gotta lose part of yourself to get it. So yeah, Gina ended up dying in the end too, because she got shot. She got shot by the people that, like, the attacks that attack that came off on Tony at the end. So yeah, that just showed you. So know your friends. That's another message you can get from that. And then the last one is, the world is yours. Look, I could have remembered that one. If y'all seen the movie, y'all noticed that statue, or actually at the end of the movie, when Tony died, with all them rounds that got shot at him, he fell down into the tub of water, the pool of water in his house, and that statue with the ball globe, and it said, the world is yours. And obviously, you already know that mentality that he was having. The world is yours, okay? If you think about it, but never be too satisfied or too comfortable with where you are. Always strive for better, and don't settle for less or for the short end of the stick, and stand firm in who you are. I wrote that down because I wanted to say it just like that, so y'all can take it with y'all. Stand firm in who you are, okay? The world can be yours. Your world is your world. At the same time, though, you got to understand your intentions behind what it is that you're going, your motive. Your intentions behind your motive, your manifestations. The world, like on my shirt. Let me bring it down a little bit. Hold on. Y'all seen it, okay? Look, you know I had to show y'all again. I picked up myself, but anyway, the world is yours. So, do what you want to do in your lifetime. Never be satisfied or too comfortable where you're at. Keep striving, and always stay true to who you are in the process. Because if you don't know the foundation of who you are, you will easily be able to fall for anything. And these materialistic values, you have no true value. So you're attaching that value to whatever it is that you get. You think money gonna bring you happiness. Obviously, watching that movie, nothing can bring you what you truly desire if you don't have it inside first. You'll always be yearning for more. Sometimes you'll overdo it, and you'll be ended up in a situation where you can't get yourself out of. So know that in your world is a cultivation of what you make it. Your world is really your mirror and your thoughts. Okay, that's the real. And money, if you are unhappy and you don't have money, you still gonna be unhappy when you have money. It don't matter how much you have. If you don't have the necessities of inner wisdom and inner self, inner love, inner happiness, inner joy, if you don't have that already inside, money or any other material thing you can't substitute that for you. Okay, you still gonna be feeling like you missing something. So make sure you realize the world is yours. Yes, but make sure you cultivate that world. Okay? Your world is you. Make sure you cultivate that before you want to go outside and try to attach yourself to people, places, and things and think that's going to substitute for that void, because it don't work like that. But yeah, so that's the breakdown. So y'all got them 9 things, and I'm gonna list them 9 things below in the description, so that if you want to take them with you, if you want to refer back to this video and watch Scarface again, come back and tell me something that y'all got from the message or the movie Scarface. So look, your girl, we expanded knowledge, we ensuring, we expanded our minds. That's what we do. So y'all already know what it is. And look, after watching this video, be like, now you can look at stuff differently. And Scarface gonna always be a classic. Scarface gonna always be a staple figure. Tony Montana, I'll crush you like a cockroach. Look, I should have saved that for the end, but that was a good one. But you already know, that's who, me. But like I said, y'all already know what it is. It's your girl Maury, aka Queen MC, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be doing more videos like this too, so stay tuned. And like I already said, if you ain't subscribed, I don't know what to tell you. I'll see y'all back again in a few. Peace and love.